Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to shoot a little video about some slings. So these are just super short because what we're doing is we're going to test the stitching on this webbing. And the reason being is because we've decided to start making our own slings for the Speedline kits. So we're just going to be buying the webbing in bulk and stitching it ourselves. There's a couple reasons behind that. One is just so that we have full control of our product, and second is because manufacturing at other companies can sometimes have delays, and we don't want that. We don't want everything in-house. We want full control of what we got. So we've decided to take it in-house. So starting soon, we'll have our own slings. But so today we wanted to test out a few of the different stitching designs. So this one is just a bunch of little zigzags, all right? This one's got a 3-pass on each end, and then 4 down left and right here, or up and down, I guess you would consider it. And then we've got a 6-pass and an 8-pass. So we're gonna see how they do. We're shooting for a bare minimum of 5,000 pounds. Hoping we can get 6 or 7. It'd be perfect if we can get 7. Because the webbing itself is rated for 4,000 pounds. So when you loop it back to itself, theoretically it could handle 8. But usually where it bends around the end of whatever it's being held to, that kind of adds a weak point. So if we can get 7, that'd be perfect. And how we're going to do it is we are going to simply just put it in line here. We're going to stretch it until she breaks. We're going to put it right in there. So maybe write in the comments what you think these will break at. Like I said, we got the zigzag stitching. We've got a 4-pass, 6-pass, and an 8-pass. And if those don't hold up to the strength that we want, we will change the stitching design and just keep going until we can get the rating that we want. So today's a little bit of a test day, so let's see how she goes. I'd like to point out that the way we're going to measure it is with this Crosby Bluetooth load cell. So this will Bluetooth to our phone, and we can see how much weight is applied in line on this. Okay, so the first one we're going to test is this zigzag pattern. What we got?
Didn't we need to hit at least
52.18 on the first try. All right, that's not too bad. What happened? So it tore the stitching. The stitching is what failed. It just ripped it all apart. Okay, so this one is the 4-pass. We've got 3 passes this way on both sides, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 passes lengthways. $4,042, so that's quite a bit less. Same thing, stitching failed. Now again, this stuff is rated at 4,000 pounds in itself, but when you put it into a loop, that doubles its rating to 8,000 pounds. Being that everything is perfect, you know, that you don't have any burrs or you don't have any cuts on the corners. So we'll try it again with a freshie. $38.62. So we're getting worse. See what happens here. Where did it go? Way down there. What are you doing down there?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, same thing. Rip that. So we do know with past experience that if we have too many back and forth stitches here, it actually creates too many holes in the webbing. And it'll actually snap right where the holes are. Like it'll snap on this side. So it's a balancing act between having enough stitching here and having enough this way. So, all right, well, we'll move on to the number 6 here. See how number 6 holds. 45, 48. Yep, same thing. Ready?
Yep. 5302.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We got a 5302. Oh, no. Oh, I'm looking at it in the screen. Yeah, 5302. I'm like, that says 2000. Remember the calculators when you're in class and you make it say oil or some other words?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. So this time it actually snapped the webbing and not the stitching. The stitching actually held. So, oh look, there was a little bit of blue on there. So I might have grabbed really hard on there and snapped it. Maybe I'll try putting it on a different spot on the rope, or maybe it was folded somehow. But it didn't snap. Didn't snap that. So a 6 seems to work, but this was a 6, right? Yeah, there's a 6 right there. Okay, so this one, we've got the 8 in here. Now I repositioned it on the rope a little bit so that it wouldn't pinch as bad, because I do have to be honest, if this gets too pinched and too tight this way, that will create a weak spot. So that's kind of a flaw in my current test that I have right now. But you know, if we're hitting 6,500 pounds and it breaks here, but not the stitching, then we know that the stitching is good, because this webbing is rated for 4,000 pounds. And once you double it back to itself, it's now theoretically 8,000 pounds. So if we're snapping at, say, 65 on the edges because it's too tight here, but the stitching itself isn't failing, then we know the stitches is good. Okay, so with the 8, we should have some higher numbers, which means bigger bangs. So hit the deck. Ready? Ready, Lala?
Yeah.
All right, she's got the thing, you know, the thing.
With the numbers.
With the numbers and stuff. Yeah. All right, let's hit the button. 54.30. All right, so we're doing not too bad. Let's see how it broke though. How did it break? It was the stitching. Broke the stitching. So, when do you get 10 pass?
Do you want to go make one?
Yeah, go make a 10 pass real quick. Yeah, so, all right, so that's one of the 8s. We're gonna try the other 8 and see how she does. Consistency is key. All right, we got the other 8 in there. Quick, Lala, while Sam's not here. 62.86. That's getting up there. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
We'll be right back.
Ooh, we've got a broken strap. We actually snapped the sling this time. So, sorry, Sam.
Let's do it.
I didn't wait for you.
That's okay. I didn't expect
So
it.
this time the webbing held true and it snapped the edges. So that's kind of like what I was saying earlier, is if it's starting to snap here, that could be an issue with having a tight radius on this end. If we had a nice round, I mean, I probably could put it through a shackle, you know? That's just a touch small. Maybe we'll try one. Put it through a shackle, and that might help. But the stitching held. And that was what, 6,200 pounds?
62.86.
Just about 63. All right. So Sam just whipped up a quick tenner here. Quick 10 pass. We'll see how this does. Okay, we'll try the 10 pass. We'll see how that does. I'd like to see 65 on this one.
Possibly.
Do you trust your stitching?
I do. Well, yeah, I do.
All right, let's see what happens. All right, try out the 10 pass. Here we go. You ready, Lala?
Yep.
She's ready with it. All right, let's go like this. Stretchy.
62.02.
62? 62.02. Okay, so that time I was looking at it and I could tell that it was getting really tight on the corners. So sure enough, it snapped on the corner. But stitching held up very nicely. So the stitch is good. So I think we're gonna have to make another one or two, and I'll see if I can put these through the shackle and see if, because I really want to break these to see what these hold up to. So let's make some more. I heard from a little birdie that we got more saddles ready. So let's go get them. I had the heat on this morning. It was cold up. That time of the year, we got the heater on in the morning and the AC in the afternoon. Saddle day. So we got Terry here from New Tribe, and he heard we were breaking some stuff, so he actually wanted to test out some buckles that he had. They were just aluminum, but then he had them plated black.
Anodized black.
He had them anodized black.
Yes.
So I looked it up. It was kind of hard to find the numbers, but it looks like these are rated at 15 kN, which is about 36, close to 3,700 pounds. So we're gonna see if the anodizing weakened this at all. But we've got a couple styles. We got this one, and he also brought over another buckle style. So he just really wanted to break some stuff today.
Yeah, I wanted to break some stuff today.
Do you want to run it?
Sure.
So it's the single there, and you're just gonna pull on it until Lala. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
It didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything?
I broke my stitch.
It broke your stitching. How many passes did you do?
12.
12 passes? Yeah, so you probably hit at least 6,000 pounds,
Okay.
which is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This little thing was doing really good.
Yeah, it
Maybe
was.
the anodizing helped it.
Well, it's supposed to be putting a harder layer on the outside.
Yeah. So we got one more to test. Unfortunately, the app didn't work. So, but
Should we?
We'll try it again on this guy.
Can you pull?
So we're gonna try this little buckle now. Same thing. He had it anodized, so we're just gonna pull on it and see what it does.
8. Should I turn it off first?
No, it's fine. All right, this guy's gonna stretch a long ways. $53.28. Sounded like the buckle.
Yep, it was.
Yep. Snap the buckle.
Nice.
There you go.
Cool.
So he's gonna fix this other one because the Bluetooth let us down. But he's gonna restitch this one because the buckle itself is still intact. The webbing is probably now compromised, but we'll see if we can snap the buckle anyways. All right, so Terry went and fixed the first one that ripped the stitching, and we're gonna see if we can try to break this one again. So see what it holds to.
I also tried to cut out any material on that tubular that looked like it was affected from the first test.
There we go. All right, Lala, you ready?
Yep, ready.
Yeah.
That was the buckle.
I heard metallic that time.
Yep.
What's that?
55.46.
5.46. There we go.
Cool.
And that was after 2 tests.
Yeah.
So technically it could have been weakened.
Yes, it could.
What do we got? There it is. Snapped her. Now the other pieces. Oh, here it is. Look at it. It's just chilling down here. It actually started to bend a little bit.
Yes, it did. Cool.
There you go.
Thank you.
We broke your stuff.
Yes, awesome.
All right, that was a nice intermission. Now let's get back to the show. All right, so this time I hooked it up to the shackles. Right through the bolt there on each side. I'm hoping this will give us slightly better results. And again, this is a 10 pass. Whoa.
72.34.
72.34. Boy, what did we break? I think we broke everything. Look at that, we still snapped on the edges. The stitching held. So if we're doing 10 passes, this thing's gonna hold up. It's gonna hold up quite well. Let's do it again. All right, we'll do it one more time. $72.74. Whew. Whew. All right, what did we break? Stitching held. It was starting to get a little tight right there, but still held. Ooh, that is warm. And really, yep. So there it is. 10 pass works. So what did we learn today?
10 pass work.
10 pass works. More stitching is better. I don't know.
Pop quiz. You're on camera. All right. I just want to note that the way that we are stitching this webbing will, for the most part, be temporary, because if we're going to be taking this on full time, we are actually going to be bar tacking, just like how the Weaver slings were before. So as an example, this is what bar tacking does. It puts a bunch of little stitches in. So you just click the button. So this is our old bar tacker, and we've been using it. And this is the examples of what a bar tack looks like. You click the button once and it'll do a stitch, and then you move it. Do a stitch, do a stitch. But since we're going to be taking this on in-house, we decided, bit of a spoiler, that we are going to get a brand new bar tacker. So that is on the way. However, it is not here yet. So we wanted to make sure that the few slings that do go out the door with a more, say, hand-built stitch, that they will more than suffice the rating that it needs to be. But going forward, we'll have a brand new bar tacker. Makes it a little bit easier and quicker on us. It's an expensive machine, but it's what we need to do to pump out these slings, because you guys are buying a lot of slings. So yeah, just wanted to put that in the video so that people know that this isn't a permanent solution. It's just for now. We just needed to know that our stitches would hold, and they do. So I'm actually going to go get some bigger shackles, do a couple more tests. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Look what I found. Found these on the shelf, so we're gonna use these. These are gonna have a much cleaner bend, and there shouldn't be any kinking going on. So this will give it a much truer result. $69.34. Nice. That's better.
4,000 more pounds.
Oh, look.
To the dot.
It was still the stitching that ended up failing. All right, we've got the 12 in here. $74.04. Yeah, still ended up being the stitches. But we are really close to the mark of this webbing about to fail. Oh, I can feel the webbing is like, it's rougher. Might be where it went around. Yeah, and it's like stretched. So this webbing is definitely getting to its limit for sure. All right, we got one more to try. All right, one last test. $73.74. Oh, look.
Did it break this?
It broke the strap this time. Sam's stitches held. Yeah, it actually snapped right at the top. Yeah. So that one was pretty much perfect, actually. Because, yeah, if you're hitting 7,400 pounds, like I said, this is rated at 4,000. And when you start putting a bunch of stitches, the needle is actually putting in a bunch of little holes. So that theoretically weakens the material. So 7,400 pounds when this is theoretically rated at 8,000 is actually pretty good. It's actually probably about as good as we can get with this. So, sweet. Looks good.
Monkey people, dum dum.